Hello Highlanders, this is Mayor Rod Mann giving you a preview of tomorrow night's council meeting that will begin at 7 p.m. The meeting will be held in City Hall but will also be broadcast live. So if you would rather not be here in person, you can pop some popcorn, sit down, be comfortable, and enjoy an evening of entertaining City Council speak. We'll start the meeting off with unscheduled public appearances. That's where any resident can speak about anything for 3 minutes. If you are not present, you're welcome to make comments via YouTube Live or the city published phone number that you can dial into on the agenda if you want to look it up on our city website. We'll start with presentations from U City Council, Library, and a company called NatureSolve. The library is going to update the City Council on future plans. Specifically, they're looking at raising money for a separate building, and they wanted to apprise the council of what their plans were and how they were going to proceed. NatureSolve is a company that produces a product that can reduce the water consumption requirements for farms, for agricultural use, and also just for park lawns and park strips. It not only reduces water usage, but it also improves the efficacy of fertilizers, and so you can reduce fertilizer consumption by 30 to 50% and reduce water usage by 30 to 70%, is what they're claiming. We have 2 residents in Highland that are involved with the firm that have been using the product for a year or 2, and they've seen specifically personal benefits from that. The EPA has also certified their product as being child and pet friendly. It will be an interesting discussion. Following the presentations, we have 4 items on our consent agenda. Approval of city minutes from the June 2nd council meeting and the June 9th work session. Final plat approval for a 7-lot subdivision just south of Highland Glen Assisted Living Center. Approval of an easement for Rocky Mountain Power in Central Utah Water Conservancy District. Approval of a franchise agreement with Crown Castle Fiber. Our 4th, 5th, and 6th action items are open space maintenance plan approvals. For those of you who aren't aware of what a maintenance plan is for residents in certain areas that live next to city-owned land. We, in some instances, allow them to sign a maintenance agreement with us to extend their landscaping and then improve the property behind their homes while giving Highland City and Highland residents access to that property. So it can be a win-win. In 2 of the cases that we're talking about, there is a planned trail that will go on that property. So as long as the residents are aware of that, and as long as they continue to provide access to their property, I'm pretty sure that those will pass. It's possible that because the council is reviewing open space as an issue, that they may choose to say, let's wait until we complete our review of the open space areas in general and defer approval of this till then. It could go either way. Next is an action item that will authorize the mayor to sign a contract with Rock Canyon Excavation for the construction of a Viewpoint Flood Channel Control Project. If you remember, a few years ago, we had a fire up on the hill on the north side of the canyon. That subdivision there is called Viewpoint. After the flood, there was a significant rain event which caused significant flooding in one home, a little bit in another, and threatened a 3rd home. After the flood was over, we talked to the U.S. Forest Service and a federal agency called the NRCS and asked if we could work together to solve that problem, because that land is actually U.S. Forest Service land, or some of it is U.S. Forest Service land. And we got their approval to move forward. They gave us a little bit over $70,000. The total cost of the project is $158,000, which means the city is obligated to pay about $87,000 to cover the balance of the cost. It is a necessary project, I think. We are going back to the federal government and asking for about another 35, so it could cost us $53,000 in the end. But again, I think it's needed, so I hope this gets approved. The last action item is a preliminary plat approval for a 10-lot subdivision located at about 11,200 north and about 5,300 west. It's off of Evergreen Way. It used to be a tree farm, and now it'll be a 10-lot R140 subdivision. Building that subdivision and the road that will service it actually improves the safety of an adjacent subdivision because it provides a second access to 48 homes. So it's a good project from a standpoint of improving the safety of our residents, and also I know a lot of residents are concerned about higher density. These are large lot homes, R140. Many of them are at an acre, just under. Our next council meeting will be July 21st. After that, we'll have a planning commission meeting on July 28th, and the following council meeting will be on August 4th. If any of the items we discussed are interesting to you, please feel free to join us in person or on the internet. And if you come, look forward to seeing you. If you don't, we'll see you at a council meeting in the future when something is of interest to you. Have a great week, Highlanders. Hope all is well.